Today I'm going to talking about ServiceNow developer top 50 interview questions and answers. Top ServiceNow developer top 50 interview questions and answers. So they can ask so many questions in every interview. Might be they can ask, may not ask, but these 50 questions they can ask very frequently in every interview. So at least you should prepare these all 50 questions. And total we have 200 plus questions are there. Those are very important. If you at least prepare these all 50 interview questions, you can answer for at least 60 to 70% interview questions, right? Interviews. So coming to the first question is, it's a very common quite question, just straight question. So what is the difference between UI policy and a data policy? What is the difference between UI policy and data policy? You tell me, guys. Okay, I will explain everything. Okay, so don't worry. So UI policy will be executing on the client side. Data policy will be executing on the server side. UI policy will be executing within browser. Data policy will be running from server side. So where customer try to create or update the record from REST and SOAP integration or any third-party integration, list view and background script and import sets. These all the scenarios, data policy can be preventing the user. And point number 3. So UI policy user to field make mandatory or optional, read only and writable, visible and invisible. But data policy user to field make mandatory or optional and read only writable. So we can't hide the hide the field through data policy. And same question, right? Within question there is a one more sub question. So can we convert UI policy to data policy? Why do we convert UI policy to data policy? For example, we can convert UI policy to data policy. Suppose one condition you have been applied. When state get changes to result, then resolution code and resolution notes are mandatory. So when you want to apply the same condition in server side also, okay, no need to create data policy record manually. Just you can use the existing UI policy and convert it. Okay, so when you convert UI policy to data policy, UI policy record will be goes to inactive, data policy record will be active. Okay, let's move to second question. What is client scripts and types of client scripts? What is client script? Types of client script. So client script is mainly used to change the behavior of the form, and instead of using like a UI policies. And there are 4 types of client scripts in ServiceNow. The first one is the onload, on submit, on change, and on cell edit. So we can use these all 4 types of client scripts very frequently in ServiceNow platform. And move to question number 3. Can we use onload client script? Onload client script in on change? Yes. So we can use onload client script in on change. Just using by the parameter is called so is loading. Is loading is a parameter. Is loading is one more parameter in on change client script. Using by this parameter, so we can call on change on load client script into on change. And question number 4. What are the parameters in on change client script? So there are 5 parameters in on change client script. Okay, so new value, old value, is loading, is template, and control. So these 5 parameters are available in on-chain client script. And next question is fifth question is what is dictionary overrides? So dictionary override is the property, right? Or there we can find different components, different templates, right? So when you want to change the default behavior from parent to child, that moment we can create dictionary override element. So all the like elements we can see over here in the override record. We can be able to override in the default value. We can override in that mandatory, override in the like read only and hiding. So and other activities also. This is the importance of overriding. And if you're talking about where we can implement, when we can implement overriding, for example, so when you field make mandatory in the parent table, like a task table, same behavior can carry forward to child tables also, like incident, problem, and change. If you don't want carry forward the behavior from parent to child, so we can implement data policy, like sorry, dictionary override. Okay, and next one is
Sir, dictionary override, it will be a tick a checkbox, or how it is implemented?
so you can follow the documentation like a recording override. So for example, dictionary override. So in every documentation entry, like a dictionary entry record, if you scroll down, there we can see the dictionary override. One check like one tab is there, right? So if you open the tab, just click on that creating new dictionary override. There we can see some components, right? Checkbox components. So which one you want to override? It's not checkbox. So which one you want to override? That checkbox we have to enable. Clear issue?
Okay, sir. I will check once, sir.
Okay, you got second video. Okay, and let's move to question number 6. What is business rule and types of business rules? Business rule is server-side script logic and which is going to using to perform cloud operations, create, read, update, and delete. So there are 4 types of business rule in ServiceNow. So first one is before, second one is after, third one is async, fourth one is display business rule. Question number 7. What is the importance of display business rule? So display business rule mainly used to get the data from server to client, which is not available on the form. In display business rule, we can use one main object is called G underscore scratchpad and following by the syntax of G underscore. What is the G underscore scratchpad? G underscore scratchpad variable, and you can take so variable name and we can assign the value like this. And then we can create a new client script that is will be running on when the form is loading. So the value will be displayed when the form is loading, right? So this is a most important variable in display business rule. Okay, and question number 8. So could you explain all the types of business rule? Could you explain all the types of business rule? Okay, let me explain the types of business rule. There are 4 types of business rule in ServiceNow: before and after, async, and a display. Right? So before business rule can execute, after submit the form, before saving the data into the table. So then before business rule can execute and perform the action. So if the condition evaluation true, data will be saved. If it is false, about the action. And similarly, After business rule also executing. So when the customer submit the form, after submitted, so data will be saved the data into the table immediately. Then after business will get execute and perform the action that might be create or update. So let's coming to another business rule is the async. Async business rule is a similar to the after that will be running like in the back end, in the background. So when you want to calculate some metric definitions, some SLA definitions, sending the email notification, these are all the scenarios. Okay, we can use the like async business rule. So async business rule can run based on the schedule time also. We can call the business rule like a scheduled job in business rule only we can use in async business rule. And question number 9. So can we call business rule in client side? Yes, we can call business rule in client side also. There is a business rule called display business rule. Display business rule we can call in client side. Only one business rule, right? And next one is 10. I think it is not completed, right? So 10th one is what about query business rule? So query business rule uses it to when customer is queried the table to get the some records from the table. So they're going to be executing the query. So while executing the query, it will be checking the condition the person having proper rights or not, access permission or not to get the result back. So if the person having proper rights to get the data, giving the permission, otherwise restricting the user. So this is about query business rule. I can show you practically once again. Okay. And question number 11. So what are all operations we do with business rule? So we do different operations creating like inserting, updating, delete and query. So these are all 4 operations we can do with business rule. And question number 12. So how many ways trigger email notifications? How many ways trigger email notification service now, guys? So we can trigger email notification in 3 ways. The first one is workflow. Second one is directly we can configure notification. Third one is event. So these 3 ways we can trigger the email notification, right? Okay. So tell me how to send email notification via business rule. Before that, can we send email notification via business rule? If yes, then tell me how to send email notification via business rule. It's very, very important every interview. Yes, we can send email notification via business rule also. How do you send email notification in business rule? So following by the syntax of GS start event queue, not query, event queue. So in the first parameter, we have to pass event name. Second parameter, we have to pass current object. And third parameter, fourth parameter optional, like so param 1 and param 2. Param 1 and param 2. So param 1 and param 2, two different parameters. So here we can pass recipient address. Here we can pass recipient address. Okay. So when you pass the recipient address in event like a GS start event queue, so you should navigate it to notification record. Okay, so who will receive the tab? There is an option called param1 contain recipient address, param2 contain recipient address. Both checkboxes we need to enable. So when you pass the email address in param1 and param2, please remember this syntax is very, very important. We can be able to pass more also, optional, not required more. If you want to add more email address, you can add directly into the notification. Okay, clear? So how do you send? How do you send email notifications via event? Yes, we'll be able to send the email notification via event also. First of all, we have to create event registry. There we can provide all the details about the event. Step number 2, we have to create email notification. So configure all the details into email notification. Then we can create the business rule or UI action and business rule. These all the places we can call the like send the like a notification through event. Same syntax we can follow over there. Okay. And question number 15. How do you send email notification in CC and BCC? Yes, do you remember that? Do you remember that syntax? Tell me that. Add dot, add dot, email, email dot, add dot. Tell me, add dot, email address of, okay, and we can pass CC address. Srinivas as now 222311 @gmail.com. And similarly, if you want to send email notification to BCC, okay, so here we can replace with BCC and add the one more line of code. This is also very important. They can ask very frequently in development interview. Okay, next question. So what is glide record? What is glide? Let me take the space. What is glide record and use of it? So glide record is server-side API which is used to perform CRUD operations instead of executing any SQL statement directly into the table, right? So how many? Tell me some server-side APIs which are available in ServiceNow. Wait. Tell me some glide APIs. Yes, which are running from server side. Tell me some glide APIs which are running from server side. So in that very first one is glide record, glide system, no, glide session, glide date, glide date and time, glide mutex. So one more API, glide aggregation. So these all are server-side APIs which are very frequently using in ServiceNow platform, right? And question number 8. So what is the difference between glide record and glide aggregation? So glide record, which is used to perform only CRUD operations. Glide aggregation also we can use sometimes to perform CRUD operation, and we can be able to perform some aggregation operations also. Like if you want to get some minimum, maximum, average, and count of the records, so that moment we can go for glide aggregation. Glide aggregation is the best practice. And what are the methods are available in glide record? All the methods we can use in glide aggregation also. But extra activities we can perform with glide aggregation, like sum, count, minimum, maximum, average. So these all activities not possible via glide record. And tell me client side APIs. So the first one is glide form, glide user, glide menu, glide, glide dialog window. There is no space in the object. Then finally glide Ajax. It's very, very important. Okay. So question number 20. Tell me some methods in glide record. Guys, tell me some methods which are available in glide record. Glide record. Add query, add query, add encoded query. Okay. So query, next method, choose window, set limit, order by descending. Okay, is valid. Okay. Add encoded query already done, right? Any more? Set workflow, set force update. Any more? Get row count, get value, set value. Okay, as next, underscore next. So at least you should remember 10 to 15 important methods. Don't try to remember all the methods. In my case, I covered all the methods, guys. I didn't miss any single method, right? So please try to remember at least 10 to 15 methods. Okay. Initialize also method, insert also method. Okay. So update also method. Okay. Delete update. So delete record, delete multiple. So similarly, tell me some methods. Tell me some methods in glide form. Set mandatory, set disable, set visible, set display. Okay. Set mandatory. Anymore? Set value, get display value is the server side. Okay. Set read only. Anymore? Flash message, add decoration, add info message, add error message. Anymore? Not remember. Okay, please practice well. Okay. So these all methods are using in glide form. So next one is coming to the scenario. Okay. So now I want to print. I want print all the tickets. I want print all the tickets where I want print all the active tickets. Okay. Active tickets where category is network, which are created today. right? So I want print all active tickets where category is network. Okay, so which are created today. These conditions we have to apply. So now let me read the code. So when you want to perform any cloud operations, now I want to fetch these all the records, right? That is called read operation. So when you want to perform read operation, we have to use glide record only. So variable inc equal to new glide record. We have to pass glide record table name. All the letters should be camel case and the statement should be answer semicolon. Inc dot. So how do you get active tickets, guys? There is a separate method add active query to get all active tickets. I'm going to adding so one more query to get okay specific tickets where category equal to network, right? Category equal to network, not 6 network. Okay, so I don't want to print all the tickets. I want to print only 5 tickets where this condition meet. Okay, so we have to use set limit method. Inc dot set limit. Five tickets, and then so we have to execute the query, right? Inc dot query, and so if you want to handle all the records, we have to use while loop. Inc dot next, open and close parenthesis and curly braces. Now I want print those record numbers. Inc dot gs dot print. Just I want to print only and start number.
Sir, we have to create,
Okay.
get what all we have created today, right?
Yes. So one more condition is the pending, right? Yes. So I want to print all the tickets. So where is the state equal to active equal to true? Sorry, active tickets, and where the category equal to network, which are created today. So I think today I didn't create any tickets with this category. Okay, that's why I can remove this condition not required. Okay, you can. We can use add encode query method. We can pass the encode query method into the okay query. But so to get the result back, I don't have created any tickets today. That's why. So let me take the code, try to execute, and go to favorite. It's not available, right? Now let me background scripts. Go to background scripts. Just wait. And here and run scripts. Okay. So these tickets are meet my condition. But only 4 tickets are there with this condition. That's why printing only this like 5 tickets, like 4 tickets. So in case more than 5 tickets are like meet your condition, it can be show even only 5 tickets only because I used set limit method. So this is a very important like a interview question, like a scenario based question. Please prepare well. This question they can ask so many times, all the interviews. Just the only they want to print out. If you write this code, okay, so without any gap, automatically they will get the impression, oh, Srinivas have good experience. So they complete this code within only 50 seconds. Really great. Depends on your performance only they can decide, right? If you write this code within 15 seconds or 30 seconds, oh, it's really great. You written this code, right? It is not small thing. This code we can use a lot of places in background script, right? Business rule and UA actions, schedule jobs. These all the places we can use very frequently. This glide record API, right? It's not small code, but might be if you want to add the more conditions, you can be able to add the more conditions also. That is doesn't matter. So just they're going to be understanding. So what is the way of writing the code, right? It's a logic, right? These three are the logic. These are logic. Logic nothing but the conditions. Like a query we're adding. So when you want to get the active tickets, we can use the like add active query. So if you want to get other tickets also, we can add the another query. You can use another query as well, right? Next one is, what is Glide Ajax and importance of it? First of all, before we take this like a question, how many ways? Okay, you how many ways we do get the data? The data from server to client. So there are three ways to get the data from server to client. So the first one is, so display business rule using by g underscore scratchpad variable. G underscore scratchpad variable. Second one is get reference method, also we can use to get the data from server to client. Last one is glide Ajax. So using by these three parameters, we can get the data from server to client. So out of these three, which is the best practice to get the data from server to client? So it is not more impact on the like server. Glide Ajax is the best practice. And next question is, how many types of Glide Ajax? There are two types of Glide Ajax. One is asynchronous Glide Ajax, and second one is synchronous Glide Ajax. Asynchronous Glide Ajax will be executing like in the background, waiting for the server response. So synchronous will be executing immediately and display the result back to the customer. So one is that we can use XML wait. This is called, this method we can use in Glide Ajax. In synchronous Glide Ajax, we can using XML wait. I will show you practical, okay? Don't worry. XML wait. Question number 25. Write the code. Write the syntax of Glide Ajax. Okay, guys, do you remember Glide Ajax syntax? First of all, so the standard Glide Ajax syntax is available over here. So depends on your client requirement, we can remember it. So first parameter variable, you can declaration variable. So Glide Ajax equal to new Glide Ajax of, and the first parameter we have to pass the script include name, and Glide Ajax variable dot, okay, and add param. So sys underscore param, and first parameter we need to pass the class name. Third one is the field name and value. So fourth line is using the get XML to get the result back using by the callback function. So to get the result back, so we have to use the get XML like a get response, get XML something, right? Now let me take the code from Google. Okay. So this is standard Glide Ajax syntax. So while attending the interview, please prepare this standard Glide Ajax syntax. This is fair enough, but you have to explain in different way. Okay, so don't use here. We need to say them. First parameter is the script include name. So let me take this code. Go to Notepad here. Right. So first parameter variable glide Ajax equal to new glide Ajax of. So first parameter we have to pass script include name, which one you want to call into the client side, and this first parameter add param sysparam, and here we need to pass the class name or method name, and the third one is field name and a value, which value you want to display to the client side. Field name and value. So this is called callback function. This is asynchronous glide Ajax. So 99% we are using only getXML, and rare cases we can use getXML wait. This is called callback function. If you want to get the result back, so we need to use the same code. Don't type it, just you can copy paste it. Okay. Response dot response XML dot document element dot get attribute of get the answer. So finally we need to get the answer, right? Using by the alert message. So this is the standard syntax of glide Ajax. And question number 26. What is script include? So what is script include, guys? Script include is the code snippet and create once call multiple places where the server side script is running. For example, so when you want to use the same code multiple places, no need to write the code manually every time. So you can create a script include. We can discuss later practical. Okay, I can show you. Okay. So that script include name, the script include maybe contain a number of functions and classes. A function or a class directly we can call into the server side. And question number 27. So how many types of script includes are there in ServiceNow? So script include. There are three types of script includes. One is the on-demand script include. Okay, it's a classless. And second one is the Ajax processor, abstract Ajax processor. It will be used to run in the client side. And the third one is defining the new class. This topic is not completed. No problem. Will be complete tomorrow. Okay. So question number 28. So can we call script include into client side? Yes, we can call script include into the client side. So while creating the new script include, there is a checkbox in the form. If you enable the checkbox, like a client callable, automatically template will be changed, and it is going to be like extended to abstract Ajax processor. Then system will be allowed to call into the client side. I will show you practically. Okay, don't worry. 29. So how do you configure notification body in any notification? Okay, so if you want to configure the notification body into any notification for any email notification, first of all we have to create the notification email script. What is that? So we have to create notification email script. Then this notification email script we can call into notification HTML body. So what is the syntax of that? The following by syntax of dollar open and close curly braces and mail underscore script colon. So we have to pass the email script name over here. Okay. So
Sir,
this is the
this
syntax
topic
of
is
to call.
also pending.
Sorry,
Sir, this topic is also pending for us. I'm not able to understand.
I will check it out. Okay.
Yeah, this was not completed. Because I
I will
had
check it out. I will
a
check it out.
question there. So,
Okay, I will check it out. You are 10 a.m. right? 11 a.m. right? Rishi, you are from 11 a.m. batch, right?
Yes, sir. 11 a.m., sir.
Okay, fine. I will
Okay, sir. Thank
start
you.
it later. Okay. So mail script, this is the way we can call email script into the body. Already we've seen, right? And question number 30. So what is SLAs and types of SLAs? SLAs are service level agreements. The agreements are going to defining the agreement between vendor and business unit and service provider. So there are three types of service level agreements are there. So one is SLA, service level agreement. Second one is OLA, operational agreement. Third one is UC, underpinning contract. Okay, so SLA is the agreement is between business unit and service provider. OLA is operational agreement. That agreement is between one internal team to another internal team, other operation team to one operation team to other operation team. That timeline also, if you want to calculate, we can configure OLA. UC is underpinning contract. That agreement is between third party vendor and service provider, right? So 31 is what is retroactive start and pass. So what is retroactive start and pass, guys? So retroactive start and pass is available in start condition in every SLA definition record. So when you want to calculate the timeline, initial timeline, so that should be enable that created timeline I want to calculate. So for example, customer is created priority one ticket. Okay, so in the morning 9 o'clock, after 10 minutes, so mind is changing to priority two. So priority two time limit is 8 hours. Priority one time limit is 1 hour. Okay, so when you want to calculate initial timeline, so you need to less the time from initial, right? Okay, so that moment that should be always keep in pause. Okay, when you want to hold your SLA, okay, record in instant table, so we can use the retroactive start. Next one is what is ACL? What is ACL and types of ACL? So ACL is access control list, which is used to restrict in the user and can defining who can create, read, update, delete the records in ServiceNow table. So there are like four types of ACLs. Four types of ACLs: create ACL, read ACL, write ACL, and delete ACL. These are types of ACL. Okay. Next one is how many ways, how many levels, how many levels we can apply ACL rules. So we can apply the ACL rules in two levels: table level ACL, field level ACL. Okay, so I don't have the permission in the table level. Can I access the field level? No. So we can't access the field level access directly without table level access. Already we've seen that one also, right? And next one is, so what about star and none? Tell me guys, what about star and none? So star can be defining all the tables, none can defining all the records. Okay, similarly they can ask other questions also. None and all the records star, and table and none, table and star, table and specific field, right? You know about all the things. And next one, which is best practice? Practice to add the roles. Which is the best practice to add the roles, guys? User group, right? So group is the best practice. For example, 100 members are in my group. So if you want to assign a same role to all 100 members, so first of all, we should add all the 100 members to the group. So we can assign the role to the group level. Automatically, the role can apply to all the members. So who are present in respective group. So group is always best practice. And question number 36. It's very, very important. So what is the difference between an UI policy and client script? Okay, so UI policy and client scripts both are running in client side only. So UI policy maximum we can use only out of the box and use it to field make mandatory or optional, read only and writable, visible and invisible. Only we can use this purpose UI policy. And the same activities we can do with client script also, but the client script get executing every time when the form is loaded and submitted, change field value and list view. But UI policy get execute only once when the form is loaded. So depends on the client requirement. So we can go for and choose specific component. It might be UI policy or client scripts. And one more difference is UI policy is it will executing only when the form loaded. And maximum we are using out of the box features, but client script we are using scripting. Clear? Yeah. Come next question. Okay, so this is a scenario based question. So I made short description field mandatory via client scripts and same field unmandatory via UI policy. So what will be the final result, guys? UI policy will be the final result. I shown practically, right? Okay, so when you implement through both like client script and UI policy, so final result would be the UI policy. So what is the final output? So mandatory or unmandatory? Unmandatory. Okay, so I have written two UI policies and two client scripts. So which are executing first? After executing the client script, then UI policy will be executed as per the ServiceNow engine. This is also most important question they can ask very frequently in every development interview. Okay, so now let's move to 39. What is service catalog?
Sir,
And
sir, can you
use.
give me for question number 37 once more explain this?
So I made short description field mandatory via client script, same field unmandatory via UI policy. So when you done the duplicate, what happened? So UI policy is the final result. So the output would be the field is unmandatory.
But sir, a client script is first executed, then UI policy, right? Yeah, or I'm
Yes,
wrong.
exactly. So first of all, client script get execute, then UI policy will be execute. But this scenario, the final result would be UI policy only, as per the ServiceNow engine.
Okay, sir.
So what is service catalog and use of it? Service catalog is an application within ServiceNow platform, so which is used to fulfill self-service opportunities. Like when you want to providing that better user interacting, so customer can be able to follow the requesting the any item and any requesting they're going to be dropping through service catalog. And coming to the first question in the service catalog, what is record producer? So record producer also type of catalog item which is used to create task-based record instead of following the regular process and instead of creating the incident ticket every time. It is alternative way create incident ticket. Sometimes we can call like this also, right? This is the importance of record producer. So what is order guide? Order guide also type of catalog item which is used to generate bulk items in a single request based on the rule. So that is called order gate. So what is a cascade variable in order gate? Order gate. So cascade variable is the property when you enable the checkbox cascade variable automatically carry the value from initial form to initial service catalog form to order gate form to catalog item. So that is the importance of order gate. So what is user criteria? And sometimes they ask the native question. Suppose I have created one catalog item that should be visible to only IT department and a company is so 3i Infotech. This is the condition. Based on the condition meet, I want visible the okay this particular item. So how do you achieve this requirement? So we have to create the user criteria. So that criteria we can add it to available for, right? In case same criteria, if you add to unavailable for, what happened? So the final result would be not available to any user that where the condition meet. Yes. So unavailable, not available is always overriding the available for, right? And next one is what is variable set? So variable set is group of variables create what's called multiple catalog item. So that's why it can be saving a lot of time to developer or administrator while configure any catalog item or record producer. Next question is 45. What is update set? So update set is group of configuration changes and customization which is used to migrate the changes from one instance to another instance. Okay, so could you explain the procedure about update set? Yes. So every ServiceNow developer, while making the changes, first of all, they have to create a local update set record that is marked as complete update set. Okay, then we can implement all the changes given stories. When you think about all the changes are completed, then you can navigate it to system local like system update set, open your local update set, and that update set you can mark it as complete and automatically generate the XML file. So that XML file you can download, keep on desktop, and you can navigate it to target instance, open the same application called system update set, go to retrieve update set, that exported file we can import into target one and preview the update set and commit it. So this is the procedure we have to follow, migrating the changes to target instance. Okay, and the next one is, do you facing any problems while migrating the changes? Yes, I'm facing some problem while migrating the changes. I face some collisions also. Some changes already implemented, and when I'm trying to implement in the UI policy, that field is not there in the target table. So this kind of errors I'm facing while working with the update set. Sometimes they're asking these kind of questions also. And next question is 46. So what is import sets? This is a straight question. Okay, so import set is like a it's application which is used to import bulk data into ServiceNow table from external data sources using by the transform map. So my source file is the XML or Excel, JSON, any other files also it can be support. These four are support by default. So could you explain the procedure about import set? You can explain it. So when you want to import the bulk data from external sources, first of all, we have to load the data into staging table. That is called temporary table. And step number 2, we have to create transform map. So there we can map the source and target tables and create mapping assist. And step number 4, we have to create a classic. Classic is the field property. So when you enable that field property, when you say true, it is not allowing to insert any duplicate records. And sometimes it is used to updating existing records with new values, right? Finally, you can click on the transform. So the entire data will be stored into the target table. So this is the procedure about the transform map and like input sets. Yes, if you find if the transform is found any do like a new value, that can be being update. But so this is a complete new record. System will be create the new record. Okay, so can we create multi-colors? Yes, we can create multi-colors also based on the table indexing. So it will be checking the this multiple colosic indexing, right? Colosic. (48). So what is metrics and use of it? So metrics can be calculated and measuring the effectiveness of your service, which is providing by the service provider. So you can be able to configure the metric definition as per your client requirement. Already we've seen it's very simple and pretty much easy, right? And next question is, and can we delete any predefined table? No. So we can't delete any predefined table. System will not allow to delete any predefined table from ServiceNow instance. Okay. Last question is, how we come to know which version of ServiceNow you are using in your project. So how we come to know? How we come to know which version of ServiceNow you are using in your project? So
Stats
using by the stats dot do. Using by this command, we can get all the details about the instance. So this is all about top 50 ServiceNow developer interview questions. At least if you prepare this all the 50 interview questions, 70% you can answer for every question. 70% you can answer.
Hello,
Remaining 30
Srinivas.
prepare in admin. Okay.
Hi, Srinivas. Could you please save this document and can you please share this document in chat?
Okay. Wait.
We can save the notepad directly or no, save the notepad, no?
You want to get the notepad, enter notepad, okay?
Yeah.
Sir,
Then I can
Notepad might not open in phone, so you can just save it as PDF and WhatsApp chat.
1 second. So I can say these all the questions in the group also, no problem.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Top 50 ServiceNow developer interview questions. Okay. So I will share this documentation for all the groups, okay? In WhatsApp. Any questions? Any more?
Yeah, yesterday we were, yesterday whatever the topics you are discussing,
Yeah,
that was
leave it out. I can drop a message for all the groups, okay? Don't get confused. I remember all the groups. Tomorrow we have session for some batches. I can drop a message separately, okay? Nilima, other batches people also join for this session, okay? So I can drop a
okay.
message, I remember. Okay, guys, I'm going to end up today class. At least you can prepare these all the 50 interview questions to crack the interview. Okay. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Thank you.